Next up, we have scanning pens, breaking barriers, literacy and language access with the C Pen Reader 3. Madeline, I know you're here. I saw you somewhere there. And you've done this before, so I'm going to turn on the timer, and it's all yours. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Side note, Chris, that was really impressive. Like, man, you're like a machine. So I feel like that's a tough act to follow, but
Yep.
we will see how we do. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. Let's get started, guys. My name is Madeline Jones. I am joined with my colleague, Valentina Workman. So hello from both of us. Thank you so much for letting us join. Now, if you haven't heard of scanning pens before, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So please don't tell our bosses that I turned them into cartoons. I just thought this was great. I think they look cute. But this is Toby Sutton and Jack Churchill 21 years ago. They got together and decided that they wanted to create text-to-speech tools to help individuals access their reading. And Jack himself is severely dyslexic, and his great-grandfather, Winston Churchill, that's a pretty cool fact, was also dyslexic. So this is what they decided to do, was to create these tools, and they started off in the UK, and then it grew into a global company. So with that, our mission is to provide access for our users and honestly to support people where they're at. And I can tell you it is extremely, extremely rewarding. We do have some new pens. You can see on the screen here, there is a range and a variety of different pens. Now, the ones I'm going to be talking about today, the Reader 3 and the Lingo 3, Val will show you the pen in action here shortly. We also have the Reader 2. Honestly, I recommend this one for a lot of special education populations. Secure Reader 2, we are in correctional facilities. And then our Exam Reader pen, it's used exactly for what it sounds like. It's approved for testing. Now, challenges that our multilingual students face: vocabulary development, pronunciation difficulties in school, just difficulty accessing the curriculum because they're doing a lot of translanguaging with multiple languages. Oftentimes we see that there's low self-esteem and there is a dependence on teachers. Now, what about challenges we know our teachers face? On a side note caveat, I am a former special education teacher and principal of a K-12 adapted program. And so I'm super passionate about talking about these things because I've been in the trenches and I understand what a lot of you guys are going through. So challenges teachers are facing: reaching all learners, students not on grade level, differentiating coursework, making curriculum engagement, and then last but not least, lack of time. We know this better than anybody, right? Especially in the world of education. But what's really cool about our pens, when you combine text-to-speech with translation benefits in the classroom and honestly, even in the workplace, individuals are able to complete their work faster. They can have assistance in building their background knowledge. They can boost their comprehension skills, increase engagement, and increase that exposure, which ultimately leads to independence, confidence, and self-esteem. And I can tell you guys, I've been with the company 3 years now, and I've gotten to hear directly from our users, and it's the independence and confidence that I see the most. Now, as far as impact on learning, I will not read through every single one of these today, but I will highlight some really great statistics because, I mean, who doesn't love some data? And I always like to say, without your data, it's just an opinion. And we love opinions, but data drives our decisions, right? So in using our pens, we have seen a 67% increase in motivation levels, We did a case study where 91% of students improved their grades and 74% of those students improved their grades by 3 grade levels or more. I always like to point out too, we know the importance of multimodal learning. And what's great about our pens is that it is visual, it is tactile, right? It has that kinesthetic movement in there, and then it has the audio as well. So when you combine those things with learning, there is a 40% increase in recall. Now, in terms of using our pens and where you can use them, we know at the end of the day, the bottom line is that funding drives where our technology goes. But what's really great about our products is that regardless of where a student is, the pen can be extremely beneficial. So we have some schools in New York where every single classroom has 2 pens. And it's used as a toolbox approach, a universal design approach. So if students get stuck with reading something, then they are able to access the pens. We also have them in RTI, MTSS, and then even more specifically, which is one of our largest audiences, is within special education, either with IEPs or 504s. But regardless of where it goes, the implementation of the pen is pretty much the same. It's just the goals that you are working on look a little bit different. Know that at Scanning Pens, I like to say we offer full circle support. So not only from our operations team, our sales team, you have an education team as well, and there are no upcharges. So you purchase our pen, any software upgrades, free. Access to help, anything, free. As many trainings as you want, also free. With that collaborative approach, know that I help provide on the education side. We do implementation partnerships. We've done case studies before. I have done webinars and professional developments, and not just around the pens. Maybe it's around compliance and making sure we're properly documenting accommodations and IEPs and 504s. It might be on executive function skills and the impact that those have on reading. Those are available. And honestly, guys, if you ask for something and we haven't done it before, we'll have the conversation about actually doing it, because we're here to provide a service to you guys. Now, what we offer at Scanning Pens, I absolutely love this. We offer free 30-day trials where the only obligation is that you pay for return shipping if you decide not to purchase the pens. We also have the pilot program. This is extended a little bit more. This is for 60 days, still with the return shipping if you decide not to purchase, but we collect data together and we analyze that so that you can have a proof of concept that the pens are beneficial. Are the pens for absolutely everybody? No, no assistive technology is absolutely for every single person. However, we know the importance of when we get our pens into the right hands, how beneficial it is. So I am going to stop talking. I will hand it on over to Val, and she's going to show you our newest pen in action.
Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone, let me switch my cameras and then I will show you how to use the pen. So, okay, can everyone see my pen? Perfect. Okay, so this is the C Pen Reader 3. This one is the newest one that it's a text-to-speech reader, as Madeline said, and then it also has translation. So this one is touchscreen, and it's also color. The Reader 2 is the original, and it is not touch screen, but is a text-to-speech reader without translation. So I'm going to show you the Reader 3. How it is used for literacy and comprehension is the students will just hold it like a highlighter, and there's a light here that comes on when it's pressed. So I'm just going to scan across some sentences. They could scan a paragraph at a time, a sentence, a page, a chapter if they wanted, and then it populates here on the screen. So then all I have to do is go to the top and press my center button, and it will.
It was a still the moment he set his eyes on it.
And it will begin to talk. So the students will have connected earbuds. So both of them come with a set of earbuds. This one is Bluetooth capable. Or you can plug in the wired earbuds that it comes with as well. So they can use this in their class without disturbing anybody else. If there's a word that the student needs to hear again, or they need to know the definition of, they can just click on the screen to the word, and I'm going to hold down the center button. It's going to pop it up on a new screen. Here it is, moment. I can hear it, listen to it.
Moment.
As many times as I need.
Moment.
Or I can see the definition. So I'm going to press the center button. There's the definition. And if I press this select button, it would read aloud the definition. So the students have right in the palm of their hand the capabilities to listen and read and comprehend what it is they're trying to read, as well as define the words. Without needing a human reader besides. So it kind of gives them control of their learning. And as Madeline talked about, the confidence level with assistive, with tools that they have, it's amazing when we see and hear stories about their confidence level and just being more like their peers, right? And not downgrading themselves because they can't read properly or they need help. So yes, so this is the reader function of the pen. It is customizable in how the students hear it read back. So you can insert word pauses if they need a little bit more time comprehending. You can insert punctuation pauses, and you can speed up the way it's read. You can slow it down. So there's different ways to customize the pen. This also is available in, or you can switch it to left-hand version. So left-hand version, of course, right here, it would flip upside down for a left hand. And left-handers like to push instead of pull. So it will change that, and then they can read it, as normal as well. So that's adjustable. The last thing I wanted to show you with this pen is that it has translation. So this one, once it's connected to Wi-Fi, I'm going to select my translation button. So there's a little Wi-Fi signal right there. I can scan a full sentence if I want. Or I just did a sentence and a half actually, and then it's going to populate on my screen in the language that I scanned, which is English. Here's the center translation button. Then it's going to translate. I've got Spanish selected, so then I'm going to click this little blue button.
Sobre el brillante radiador había un adorno.
So then it translates, and then it reads aloud in that language. So when you're connected to Wi-Fi, you have access to over 40 languages. And then we're adding new languages constantly as we hear, a need for them. So that is the reader part, the scanning part of the text to speech. I can also speak into the pen. So as long as I'm connected to Wi-Fi, there's a microphone here. I can hold down the microphone button, and now I can speak into the pen, and it will translate as well. So it will populate what I just said on my screen in English, and then I'm going to hit my translation button. It's going to translate it into my selected language, which is Spanish.
Y ahora puedo hablar al dolor y se traducirá también.
And then it will read aloud in that language as well. So this pen actually does several other things. It has a voice recorder. So your students can record themselves speaking into the pen and play it back. A teacher can record a lesson plan into the pen, or homework assignments if the student is dedicated to a pen throughout the day. It's got a standalone dictionaries. It's got a practice mode for their words. You can even connect the pen to the computer and have access to everything that is saved onto the pen. So if they have read a paragraph in their into the pen, you can actually save that for their IEP, or
Yep.
you can
Valen, you got about 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Gotcha, thank you. And you can also scan directly into a Word document. So anything that has a blinking cursor, you can connect the pen to your computer and you can scan printed text and it will populate directly onto the your Word doc or Google Doc. And then, yes, okay, that is it. So as Madeline said, you have our full support. We're here to help make things easier for you guys. Yeah, so just let us know if you have any questions.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
Please
go.
reach out.
Perfect.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.